With the release of the latest Tears of the Kingdom trailer, I can easily say that we're all excited to see how this incredible game will turn out to be, and how it will improve upon an already amazing game being Breath of the Wild. But today, we're not here to talk about Tears of the Kingdom. Instead, we're here to talk about what Zelda games could look like after Tears of the Kingdom. One of the biggest successes of Breath of the Wild was its open world design, and it's likely that future Zelda games will continue in this direction after the release of Tears of the Kingdom. And it's not just Zelda games that are adapting to this new feature, it's other games as well. A good example could be Metal Gear Solid. As stated from this article from thegamer.com, it says here that these stealth games started in the late 90s and had a more linear level design. As the games evolved, they started to branch out and include more diverse level designs. Originally, Kojima planned for the Metal Gear Solid Guns of Patriots game to be open worlds, but the PlayStation 3's technology was not powerful enough to accommodate his vision. He would later revisit this idea in Metal Gear Solid The Phantom Pain. Nintendo, being Nintendo, would most likely improve on the open world aspect of Zelda games. Like, the landscapes would slowly change throughout your playthrough. Like during winter, some places might get covered completely in snow, and in summer perhaps some places would dry up. And even the animals and mobs native to that place might start to die out because they're not able to adapt to the new weather. The Zelda franchise has always had a wide variety of enemies and bosses, but what if there were more? For example, what if there were giant mythical true creatures roaming the open world that you could encounter and fight, or perhaps even tame? This would add a new level of exploration and challenge to the game, as players would be determined to seek out these creatures and figure out how they could defeat or even befriend them. Maybe Nintendo might even bring back some old enemies or characters from 2D and 3D Zelda games, like the Dongos, or my favourite, due to it being a sick-looking dragon, the Aquamentus. Correct me in the comments if I pronounce that wrong. Progression has always been a big part of the Zelda franchise, but while there are more ways to progress your character, one idea could be a skill tree system, where players could choose to specialize in a certain ability or weapon type. As you would know, this feature is in many popular games like Jedi Fallen Order, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This would give players more control over how they want to play the game, and would add a new layer of strategy and variety to the gameplay. The story is always an important part of any game, let alone a Zelda game, and it's likely that future games will continue to have compelling and exciting narratives and plots. But what if there were more choices that affected the story? For example, what if there were branching paths that led to alternate endings? Or if a certain character could live or die based on the player's actions? This would add a new level of replayability to the game, as players could go back and see how their choices affected the story. I could definitely see this in future games, where you have to pick between a dungeon or a weapon, or perhaps even a character's life. Finally, multiplayer. Zelda franchise has never really explored this area, but I would love to see it. While definitely the least likely on the list, they could definitely do it. I mean, there's already a mod that allows you to play with others in Breath of the Wild. Maybe you could get a multiplayer through a DLC. The DLC would obviously have a couple of quests, and once you completed them all, you would be rewarded with the Force Sword, which allows you to play it with 3 other people. Me and my friend Nate, go check out his channel by the way, both played through Breath of the Wild and loved it. But we would have enjoyed it way more if we could have experienced it and played it with each other. And there you go, some ideas of what a future Zelda game could look like, and of course, you knew I was going to say this. If you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out a ton to stay motivated and keep making high quality content for you guys. And we're going for 1,000 subs by the end of the year. I know it's a pretty outrageous goal, but I really do want this. And with that, I'm Sam, and I'll see you in the next one.